Shalom, everyone, and welcome to Wow equals Words of Wisdom number 23. Stop carrying the baggage from your past. Now, I know sometimes that is easier said than done um, because sometimes our past, you know, keeps dragging us back to where we were. It's stuck in our minds. um, the things that have happened to us, what people have said to us, what people have done to us. Um, it replays in our mind like a recorder every day, all the time, depending on how much we are carrying it around with us. And you can you can feel it with some people because of the fact that every time you talk to them, they're talking about something that happened to them. At first, it might have just happened. And then the next time you see them, it might be a year from now, or 5 years from now, or 25 years. And they're still talking about that same thing that happened. And now it's from the distant past, but they're talking about it like it just happened yesterday. And that means that that person is carrying that baggage with them from their past. I know that I have done it. I have gone historical and then become hysterical because I've carried that baggage around from my past. I didn't let it go. I wouldn't let that baggage go, unpack it, and put those things where they needed to go. It's like going on a trip. I know I've gone on trips, and you pack and you're going on the trip, and you come back and you still haven't unpacked from the trip that you went on maybe a month ago. And I know that may sound insane, but sometimes that happens because you come back and you just go right back into living your life. But guess what? That bag is still there. That bag is still there with, everything in it that you put in there in preparation for that last trip. And you never unpacked it. And you never put all of the things that are in that bag back in its place. You may have dirty clothes, dirty laundry in there, and things that need to be cleaned and dealt with from that last trip, but it's in the baggage. And you need to take it out, clean the clothes, put everything back in its place instead of just leaving it there and looking at it every day. And we tend to do that with our lives. We don't deal with the baggage. We just keep carrying it around. We just keep carrying it around day after day, which turns into weeks, which turns into months, which turns into years. And then we wonder why we can't move forward in our lives. And that spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, in every area of our lives, we're stuck because we're burdened down with the baggage that we're carrying from our past. And at some point, it rises up because a lot of times people are carrying, multiple bags from their past. It's not just one thing that happened. It becomes a compilation of things that has happened in the life of that person that they can't let go of. So now instead of just having that carry-on bag, they have that roll that that smaller, suitcase that you can roll on, and now they're carrying that big one too. That's the way our lives start to look. And after a while, you're just rolling around with all of this baggage from your past. And we have got to unpack. We've got to look at our lives and say, what happened in 1975? What happened in 2001? What happened in 2013 that is still affecting me in my present? And what do I need to do to unpack this baggage from my past? Why am I still carrying it? Why am I still holding on to it? Why am I still attached to it? Why is it that when I try to move forward in my life, this baggage keeps pulling me right back to this abuse, to what somebody said to me, what somebody did to me, a wrong decision that I made, a poor choice that I made, a sin that I committed, a relationship that ended, you know, whatever the case may be. For each person, it's something different. And we have got to examine what baggage that we are carrying around that is affecting us day in and day out, you know, and we need to deal with that. We need to really be honest with ourselves and say, what is it that keeps me attached to my past in a negative way? It's one thing to look at your past and learn from it and grow from it and move forward. But it's another thing to be looking back at your past and staying attached to it and carrying it around with you everywhere you go and never learning from it. And then with that, you're making some of the same decisions that you made in the past that is keeping you in that same place spiritually and mentally and emotionally. And you can't move forward. So take the time out to figure out what baggage are you carrying around? What spiritual baggage are you carrying around that happened, in the past? What mental baggage are you carrying around? What emotional baggage are you carrying around? Because all of us are dealing with something from our past that we're just carrying it around. We're just toting it around. And we need to be purged. We need to be cleansed. We need to be delivered. We need to be set free, from these things. Some of these things are addictions that are baggage, and we don't want to, we haven't been able to let it go. Some people are addicted to drugs, alcohol, pornography, gambling, technology, food. Some people are dealing with, anorexia, bulimia, depression, oppression, low self-esteem, low self-confidence, low self-worth because of something that was done to them or said to them, or an experience they went through. Some people, went through bullying. I don't know anybody who hasn't gone through some level of bullying, in their past. And it's still affecting them to this day. It has become a piece of baggage in your life today, but it may have happened, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 25 years ago, but you're still carrying it around with you like it happened just yesterday. Some of you have been hurt on social media. I've heard some people have had to go to therapy because of what was said to them or done to them on social media. And it became such a emotional weight and an emotional baggage that they had to go to therapy. So, we've got to look at all of these different, entryways and portals that have happened in our lives, that has brought about all these different levels and types of baggage in all different sizes that is affecting us in our life. We need to go before the Most High Yah in prayer and be honest with ourselves and be honest before Him and say, Abba Yah, reveal to me, show to me the things in my life that have become baggage that I have carried around, that I'm still attached to, that I haven't been able to let it go. And deliver me from those baggages. Help me to cast those baggages, those pieces of baggage, those jabs, those slights, those emotional scars, the levels of abuse that I went through. Help me to cast all of that upon you because you care for me. Deliver me from the pain. Deliver me from the sadness. Deliver me from the depression. Deliver me from the fear. Deliver me from the anger. Deliver me from the rage. Deliver me from the shame, from the baggage of shame. Deliver me from the baggage of addiction. Deliver me from what somebody said to me about the way that I look. From that piece of baggage in my life. Deliver me from when somebody said that I wasn't good enough. Deliver me from that piece of baggage. Abba Yah. Go before Him in prayer. And be sincere, because a lot of times we lie to ourselves and we got on this mask and we don't want to be honest to ourselves and before the Most High Yah. And definitely not before other people, because we want to look like we have it all together every day, all the time. And a lot of times people are crumbling on the inside beneath the weight of the baggage that they're carrying around from their past. So think about that today. Instead of just carrying that baggage from your past around today, think about when you started carrying that burden, that piece of baggage, and pray and ask the Most High Yah to deliver you from carrying the baggage from your past today. I just want to thank you for joining me once again for WOW equals Words of Wisdom number 23. And I pray that you have a positive, powerful, and productive day. Shalom.